Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching Georgia Beer Reviews, back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is another beer from Westbrook Brewing Company out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. This is the Westbrook White Tie. Now, I have had this beer. I bought a six-pack a few days ago. I've had a few out of it. Um, but anyway, this is my first official review. I will say that I did like it. My first impressions were that I liked it. So, anyway, this beer is a Belgian wheat beer, but instead of traditional coriander and orange peel, they add fresh lemongrass, ginger, and a dash of Sriracha Ace hops. The result is a wonderfully refreshing ale with notes of lemon candy, citrus fruit, and a slight spiciness from the ginger. All right, so let's give it a crack and a pour and see what we're dealing with. So this review, for this review, I would like to give a shout out to Emily Cannon. She is a new beer tuber. She is a Cicerone in training, and I believe she lives somewhere out in the Caribbean, but she's started her own YouTube channel. Is making some pretty cool videos, so everybody go check out Emily Cannon's channel and share the love, guys. So this is for you, Emily. Based on your recommendation, I am trying this beer. It was $9.99 for the six-pack, which I think is a pretty good value for a craft beer. So the pour is kind of a hazy straw color, although it's not super hazy. I can still see through it when held up to the light. There's no sediment or anything like that floating around. Poured with about a two-finger white head. The aroma, you're getting the Belgian ale aroma, okay? Definitely picking up on that. I'm getting a little bit of like a lemony note. Little bit of the ginger is coming through on the aroma, but really that's kind of in the background. A little spice, like maybe like white pepper or something like that. I'm getting a little bit of a white pepper note on the aroma. It's very light. It smells bready, a little wheat bread as well on the aroma, which you can expect with this type of beer. But it's very light on the aroma. It's very mild, really. But you are getting all of the all of the different components that they want you to get. You're definitely picking them up on the aroma, but it smells light. It smells like it's going to be very drinkable, and it's 5% alcohol. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. It's 5% alcohol by volume. So let's go ahead and get into it. Cheers, guys. All right. So on the palate, you're definitely getting the lemongrass right up front. It's very refreshing. The lemongrass just kind of adds a nice, refreshing um, quality to this beer. The ginger is there, but it's not super in your face. It's not like uh, ginger ale or some of these other beers that have ginger in them. The ginger kind of overrides the palate, takes over the beer. The ginger is very muted in this. It's there, but it's in the background. The lemongrass um, is up front. You get the Belgian notes. You get the wheat breadiness in the middle of the sip. And when I say Belgian notes, my descriptors are kind of lacking in the Belgian ale department, but there's a distinct flavor that you get with Belgian ales, whether it's a double, a triple, a quad. Even though they're different styles, they all have that same Belgian base, and I think it comes from the Belgian yeast that they're using. It just provides a very distinct and unique flavor profile. You're definitely getting that with this one. Um, so lemony, you're getting the lemon qualities as well, like citrus notes from like lemon, maybe a little bit of orange, but mostly lemon. Um, of course, the breadiness, like I said, and the ginger is in the background. The body is light. Carbonation is medium. The finish is crisp, clean, refreshing, dry. The ginger really comes into play on the finish. It's not really there too much on the aroma. The initial sip through the middle of the sip, it's kind of lingering, but it's not lingering. It's kind of in the background, and then on the finish, it kind of pops a little bit to balance out the beer. I think that nice little spicy ginger finish. The white pepper note is there as well, although I think that's coming from the ginger because ginger can be kind of spicy. It's very enjoyable. This is a super sessionable, refreshing beer. This would be a great alternative to a typical like lager, something that you would drink on a hot day and drink more than one of. This is definitely something to, drink a few of, enjoy it. Just very refreshing in that sense and super crushable, as the kids like to say these days. So I really like this beer. It's not blowing my socks off with flavor or anything like that, but it's not really supposed to do that. The flavor that's there is very enjoyable, very good. It's a refreshing beer. It's a lighter bodied beer. And for that reason, it's an excellent product. You might argue and say that it's a 98 out of 100 for the style, and I wouldn't necessarily argue with you. But personally, I think it's on the lower end of the A range just because it could be a little bit more flavorful, maybe a little bit more ginger on the finish, but it is excellent nonetheless. So I'm going to go with a 92 out of 100, which is an A minus, but it's still an A product. I would highly recommend it. And if you gave it a solid A or world class rating, for the style, I wouldn't really argue with you. I think it is very well crafted. I have never been disappointed by a Westbrook beer. They have an excellent line of gozes. They have some good IPAs. They have a lot of different beers out there that are really good. I've enjoyed them all so far, and I'm looking forward to trying more of their stuff. So thanks again to you, Emily Cannon, for recommending this beer. I really enjoy it. I'm glad that I picked up a six-pack of it. So that'll do it for this beer review, guys. I hope you're all having a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.